Hey guys, so today I want to talk about the ETFs. So these are exchange traded funds. So ETFs are basically, imagine you want exposure to an asset, but you're not holding an asset, right? Okay, and that's where, but on paper you're holding the price. That's really what it is. If I simplify it in simple terms. And a lot of ETFs, we've already seen for Bitcoin, we're seeing for Ethereum, and spot ETFs are the most important thing that need to come because, like I said, right now the institutions and everybody they're manipulating leverage traders. They're the leverage traders are getting crazy burnt out. Right now, you do have some futures ETFs, spot ETFs are coming out more and more. And for those that are saying that altcoins are never going to go up, this is for you. This is a warning for you guys to stop listening to those people. I say this as a friend. I don't have any interest. You can do whatever you want. You can get into crypto. You can not get into crypto. You can hate crypto. You can love crypto. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me because I will do what I have to do. And I have certain beliefs and I have a certain long-term analysis on where things are going to go. So let's take this analogy for a moment where um, let's just say, okay, you know what? Um, what is the point of all of this? Why are ETFs coming out in the first place if crypto's not going to go up? So yeah, now somebody's going to come and say, well, for Bitcoin, yeah. Even okay, nothing else. Yeah, okay. So institutions recently decided that they're majorly bullish on two things: Bitcoin and Ethereum. That means Ethereum as an there's an Ethereum on-chain season coming as well. It hasn't reflected yet, but it will. Like I said in my previous video, look at what's happening on Binance, and ever since CZ has been pardoned by Donald Trump. That's why political situations matter. They affect the markets. There are some crazy projects that have done really well on Binance Smart Chain, and most of us were not paying attention to that because, honestly, we thought, the chain was dead, right? So just like people are right now, focusing towards all the things that are happening, chasing green candles. That's their psychological games that they play. They're not trying to accumulate and trying to find the best projects on Ethereum. Now, in my next video, I will tell you a project, and I've talked about it many, many times, which is on Ethereum, which I think, in my personal opinion, again, not financial advice, but in my opinion, is the best investment that you can make in crypto. That's just my opinion, my research, my belief. Okay? You can have your own, and you can look into it, and if you like it, get into it. But yeah, that is my biggest conviction play, and I've given it for free. People did 100x on it initially, and they're going to do 1,000x on it eventually, very soon. So, anyways, coming back to my point. My point is that the on-chain season for Ethereum is going to come. Now, think about it. Spot ETFs are, now we're hearing more and more about spot ETFs, right? So what does that mean? That means that there are literally going to be altcoins that are going to have their own spot ETFs. That means more institutional exposure, more money, more M2 money supply opening up for them, so on and so forth. Now the difference is that ETFs they hold the price. They're holding a share of that, okay, of that project. Like basically they're following the price. Okay, we bought these shares from this company like VanEck, for example. Okay, or any of the big institutions. And okay, now so it's in profit. Okay, can we sell it? Can we not? They're asset managers. They handle things, but you're holding the asset, so you have a better edge than anyone. You're actually holding that asset. They're not even holding it. Okay, so that is what an exchange traded fund is, and the more exposure that it has on crypto, the more adoption there's going to be for normies, for even big players. And it's a great opportunity for you guys to actually get into the industry. There's a lot of money that's going to be coming in. If they can wipe out, just imagine, if they can wipe out 1 trillion in a few months, in less than a month, they can add a tenfold. I've said this countless of times. Okay, and the time will come where people are going to feel that FOMO. They're going to feel left out. They're going to feel, why didn't I get in? But let's just hope that you're not one of those people, okay? And I feel that if you are patient, if you actually believe in what you're building and what you're doing, then I genuinely believe that you're going to win in this market big time. And of course, if you want some of the best alpha, some of the best information in the crypto space, markets, done for you analysis, chain analysis, everything, then join Crypto Brokerage now. And we also research some of the best altcoins in the space, things that haven't moved yet, but they will. Of course, everybody is human. Some things don't succeed, but a lot of things do. Remember, what you're investing in is an idea. A lot of it could be vaporware, but there are projects that are actually real companies now. And I've given you my biggest conviction play many times for free, and I'm gonna do a video on it. My next video is going to be on that as well. All right. So for those that are saying that crypto is never going to go up and this and that and blah blah blah, just think about it for a moment. You are basically investing in something that is going to change the world. Everything is changing around you. And just like they said, Bitcoin was a scam. Just like they said, it's used for money laundering. Just like, we're now going to accept it. Now look, they're everywhere on it. So do you really want to listen to these people that keep, piling up their opinions on you? These so-called gurus and this and that, and then they're the ones that are buying up that asset the most. So why are there more than 40 altcoin spot ETFs in the works? Several have been approved. I think 30 or 40. Just imagine what's going to happen. Yeah, for those who are saying there's not going to be an altcoin season, I'm telling you, you listen to those guys, you will regret it. And forget the seasons. As far as the Trump administration is in power, we're going to see an overall bullish market. Now, what you shouldn't be doing is leverage trading, futures trading, because that is where they'll screw you. They're trying to pay off their $1 trillion debt this way by wiping out a trillion in less than a month. Okay, so just like they can add, just like they can subtract, they can also add. Keep that in mind. So yeah, if you're in the spot space, yeah, you might be down, but if you truly believe in what you're holding, that's what matters. And one of the best ways to make sure what you're holding matters is how well the team is building, what their updates are, what are they doing. You have to be patient. You got to turn from an impatient short-term person to a long-term investor. And that's really what caused a lot of those altcoin markets to take place. And it will come again, guys. And this is why all these impatient folks are being wiped out. It's very unfortunate. I can never celebrate anybody's losses, but just imagine a whale recently, a crypto whale. He's a billionaire, and this gentleman decided to do a futures trade on God knows how much amount, and he lost 55 million USD like that, with not a care in the world. Even if I had that much money, even if I had 1 million, I'd be very careful. Even if I had 100 million, I'd be very careful with doing something like futures. I would never recommend that. It is the biggest form of gambling. Okay, futures, not spot. So once the market starts going back towards holders basically, and once you start seeing that builders matter in this space, and that it is an industry and it will happen, that is when we'll start seeing those crazy gains. Binance Smart Chain is already experiencing it. Others will follow too. Okay, so just relax, don't panic, and we'll be fine. Take care, guys, and join Crypto Brokerage if you want the best alpha in the space. I can't recommend it enough. Join us, guys. Join our premium Discord. Take care, guys. Bye.